Hey everyone, good evening. Welcome back to today's session. So we are almost ready to start today's SDP on Git and GitHub session. And yes, and one quick update before we start, the registration link is working now. So if you were waiting to register earlier, so you can go ahead and complete your registration now. Also, as usual, make sure you are joining with your registered email ID for attendance and use the same Zoom link to join the sessions. All right, guys, let's wait for a minute for everyone to join, and then we will get started in a few minutes. Thank you so much.
Good everyone. Good evening, everyone. Yes. Good evening. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, guys. Yes. Thank you so much. I hope you're all doing well today and done with college and again your online class is there. Okay. All those of you who've raised your hands, you can put your hands down. If you have a doubt, you can raise your hand. And all those of you wishing me good evening in the personal chat can just sit in the public one. No problem. Yes, good evening, guys. Happy to see all of you have joined today. Good to see. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, good to see. I think we have a good number joining today. Also, we have almost 1K students online. Wonderful. Really nice to see all of you again. And I hope we maintain the same, you know, this throughout the training. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Yes. So coming back to where we had left yesterday. Okay, Chirag, really nice to see how you're excited to learn about Git and GitHub. Good to know. Yes. So we'll start off from where we had left yesterday. Actually, I was doing the briefing on, the Git and GitHub part, starting from scratch. So for today's class, let me tell you what we're going to do. A little bit of briefing is still left. So we will do that. And once it is done, I will tell you how you can go ahead and install all of the required, we were discussing how do we install GitHub, how do we install Git, what are the things we need to look into, everything we will be covering today. So basically, setting it up also, we will complete it if time permits, then we will be done with it today itself. So first, I'll start off with a little bit of briefing and then maybe we can switch to the installation part. So I am hoping majority of you have logged in from your laptops or PCs. Can I just get a yes or a no in the chat box? Yes if you've logged in from a laptop or a PC. No if you're still on your phone. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. I see a lot of yeses. Good to know. So all those of you who've in from your phones, you can maybe, learn right now and try it out. And for all those of you who've learned from your laptop, so how I will be going about it is I will explain to you how to do the installation step by step, one by one. So, and I will also give you time so you can also install. Once the installation process is done, as in I have installed and you have installed, then after that we can go like hand in hand and work together. If there is somebody who is not installed, right, or somebody who's joined from their phone, what you can do is just take a pen and a paper with you, make note of all of these steps, right? So later you can go ahead and practice this. And for all those of you saying about ipad is not going to help, and you would require a PC or a laptop. And also, for all those of you saying if you've already installed, good, just make sure that the version we are installing is the same version that you have already installed. Okay, madam, can AIML students join this group? Absolutely, yes. AIML students are more than welcome, and it is definitely going to be very beneficial for you guys as well. Okay, so we'll start off. I will start off with a little bit briefing that is left. Okay, and then I will move ahead with the installation part. Just give me a second until I share my screen. Yes, I will be. Somebody said for all those if you logged in from MacBook or Windows, either, I will tell you the steps in both. If not, you can, and if you're using Linux also, I will tell you the steps in all of it. Of course, we will be mostly, I think, majority of us are doing, on Windows. I am guessing majority of us have Windows. So I will be instructing you on Mac also. But since I have logged in through my Windows laptop, so I will be demonstrating it on Windows. Of course, I will give you instructions for Mac. And if you're getting stuck somewhere, you can let me know. I will help you. Okay. So just give me a second. I will share my screen. Yes. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Quickly in the chat box, just a yes or no would do. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So we had left it here yesterday. We'll move on to the next part. Why do we need Git? And what happens, right? So yesterday, a lot of you asked me this question: what is the difference between Git and GitHub? Right? Because usually we're confused between what is Git and GitHub. We assume that these both are the same things. Of course, they are often used together, but they are not the same thing. They are two completely different things. When I'm talking about Git and when I'm talking about GitHub, both of these are different things. When I'm talking about Git, it is a tool. Okay. This tool you will have to install in your laptop. Example, how you have maybe VS Code, or how you have maybe PowerPoint, Power BI, Word, Excel. These are tools that are installed in your laptop, right? These are not platforms, these are tools. Whereas when I am talking about LinkedIn, Instagram, all of these are platforms, right? One is a networking platform, the other is a social media platform. Same, GitHub is also a platform. It is an online platform where you can collaborate and work together. Today, after the installation part is done, I will show you how you can collaborate, how people collaborate and work together. Okay. So a few things about Git and GitHub. What is Git basically? Git is a version control tool. What it does is, version control, why do we keep saying version control? What does version control actually mean? Okay. So example, I have made certain changes in a certain version. For example, I take example of Python. Okay. Python has many versions. Python has 3.9, 3.10, 3.11, 3.12, 3.13, also 3.14. Right? After that, also there are more things to go. It does not stop at 3.14. Okay? So there are more to go. What happens is, let's say I have developed something in Python 3.13, and currently I am using Python 3.14. Of course, the previous version, is it going to be able to run? It may or may not. There are high chances that it may not. Sometimes, due to security reasons, I'm sure the cybersecurity students in the class would relate. What we do is we go to the previous versions and work on it. Example, in cybersecurity, when you are seeing the latest versions, they're very secure. So if you're doing any kind of testing on that, it is very difficult. Whereas when you are doing testing on the previous versions, it is possible, it is easy. So as developers, we keep switching between versions. If I take an example of Gen AI, right? Or if I take an example of machine learning, there are a lot of projects that only run on certain versions. Not everything runs on every version. Example, for a very simple thing, let's say you have not updated your Instagram on your phone. Okay, the auto update option is off, and then Instagram is not updated. Will you get the instant part? The instance, the new feature on Instagram, you will not be getting it, right? It is not going to be possible. Why? Because it is in the later version. Let's say you have an Instagram account, you have updated your Instagram account, you're getting these instant. There is no way you can get rid of it. You like it, you don't like it, instant is a part of your Instagram now. I'm sure you all relate to this. Yes. So going back without having instant is not a possibility. Also, if you guys remember, long back, there was a point where, TikTok and other apps existed. Instagram did not have something called Reels. There was no concept of Reels on Instagram. right? So that time what used to happen is, right now, if you want to go back to the part where you do not want reels on your Instagram, it is not possible. Same with developer. Sometimes we need to go back to the older work that we've done, and for that, version control tool is very, very important, because that is what is going to help us. Okay. One. Next thing, Git is supposed to be installed on your computer. It is not something that you can access on the internet. Like, how if I have internet connection, I can access it. I cannot access it. No. Git is supposed to be installed in your system. Once it is installed, you are good to go, right? But the installation is necessary. Simple. How you want to use Word on your system, you need to install Word first. Or if you want to use Excel, you need to MS Excel, you need to install Excel first. Same. Next, tracks changes locally. What does what do you mean by tracking changes locally? Simple. I have developed my entire project. Now there is something about my project that I don't like, or the previous project I want to go back to, anything of that sort. It is going to help you track all of that, right? What are the changes you've made? Sometimes, like I said yesterday, we start off with the work, we make changes, and then the changes that we've made makes the project even worse. So we want to go back to what it was. In such scenarios, these changes, how were they made? You need to know that, right? So, example, I have walked my way through a forest. Now I want to get out of it. Of course, I need to know the way how to come back. If I do not have a track of how to come back, there is no possible chance that I'll be able to come back, because I've gone deep into that forest. Same with your development, you get so deep into the project that coming back is not a possibility. It is very difficult. So that is why it is very important that you make these changes that you're making are tracked, so that coming back to the older version is not really a task. Moving to the next thing, creates commits. So, what are commits? What happens? Everything I will teach you that is related to GitHub. I will teach you that. So is manages branches. What are branches and everything? When I am installing GitHub and I'm showing you what all GitHub does, that time I will explain what are commits and what are branches. Next thing, works offline. Git is not, once it is installed, of course, to install you require internet. Once it is installed, it is just like other app, or basically another tool on your desktop. You do not need to go ahead and use internet or anything of that sort. Correct. Now, coming to what is GitHub. Okay, like I said, GitHub is an online platform. Can GitHub run without internet? No. You need to log into GitHub using Chrome or Microsoft Edge, one of these, platforms, and then you will be able to access your GitHub account. Okay. On GitHub, you will have to create an account. How to create an account, what your account should look like, what are the things you should have, what are the things you shouldn't have. Basically, the do's and don'ts of GitHub also I will be covering, because in terms of GitHub, like I keep saying, it is very important for you guys. Right, for all those of you who are considering getting into the corporates, getting a job, it is going to give you one more extra upper hand in your resume if you have a good GitHub profile, right? So, about the do's and don'ts of GitHub, everything I will be teaching you. Next, stores repositories in the cloud. What does this basically mean? So, when you are storing something on GitHub, there is a cloud storage in which you will be storing all the repositories. What is a repository? One project is one repository. Two projects are two repositories. Five projects are five repositories. One repository means one complete project. Clear? Next thing, enables team collaboration. Example, I am working on a repository. Okay, basically, I'm working on a project. I am working on the project, so is my teammate working on the same project. If I am going to make changes in my system, how is my teammate going to be able to see it? Or if he or she is making changes in their system, how am I possibly going to be able to see it? That is why, for you to work together, for you to see each other's work at the same time, to see the changes at the same time, it is very important that you push your project on GitHub, and both of you can work hand in hand. Collaborations cannot, it's not just one or two people. Multiple people can collaborate together and work on one project. Clear? Next thing, manages pull requests. What are pull requests? Example, I am doing a project, okay, and in my project I need one small thing from maybe another project, right? One small technology or one small software I need from another another project. How am I going to do it? I'm going to pull a request, I'm going to pull that part and use it in my project. Clear? Next, flags, issues and bugs. Example, what usually happens is we get an error, then we clear the error. After that, again, when we get the same error, we don't know what to do. We get stuck, right? Well, like we forget how we cleared the previous error. So how do we go about it? For that, again, GitHub is going to help you. Why? Because it is going to store all the errors and bugs that you've had, all the issues, errors, everything that is there. It is going to keep a track of everything. And last but the most important thing about GitHub, it requires internet connection. It is not possible to run anything on GitHub without internet connection. As it is a platform, you need GitHub, uh, you need your internet. Yes, Gopi Prabhas, can you show us a live example, ma'am? Definitely. In today's class, I will be showing you a live example. First, I will teach you the installation part and I will give you a small brief about both Git and GitHub. But initially, you need to understand what it is. Then I will be showing you the installation part, and then we will be moving ahead with how do we go about it. I hope I've answered your question, Gopi. Yes. Now, how Git works, the three areas. First area is the uh, working directory. Okay, what is a working directory? Directory is basically where you are going to add all the projects locally, where you are going to edit all the files locally. That is your working directory. Okay, staging area, basically where you save these changes, where you prepare changes to, okay, where you prepare changes to save. Last is your repository. Repository is where you create a permanent history. So I'll tell you, working directory in simple terms, if I have to explain this to you, working directory is where you're working on your project, correct? Where you're doing the codes, you're clearing the bugs, all of that. Next is the staging area. Staging area is, let's say, you created your entire project and then you saw a bug. So when you see that bug, you are trying to clear that bug. How will you clear that bug? By making a few changes in your code or making a few changes in the libraries you have installed and other things. Once that is done, you will save your project. It is a fully functional project. You will save it. Then what you will do is you will create a repository on GitHub. Creating a repository is a permanent history. Until your staging area, there is no permanent history. Until this part, there is no permanent history. Once you reach here, you have created a permanent history, and then it cannot be changed. It cannot, there is no going back. That is going to be a change that is to be there throughout. Okay. Next, coming to the next part. Yes, these are some of the commands which you guys can screenshot if you want to. Each of these commands I will be explaining to you one by one in your repositories. So once we create a repository, each of the commands I will be explaining to you. You can maybe take a screenshot of it. All of these are few commands, Git commands that you would require. Next, what is this? Right? What is GitHub and remote repositories? Okay, your code lives in two places, your local computer and GitHub remote. These commands keep them in sync. Now, what are these commands? One is a local repository. Okay, local repository is where your computer is working on the files. This is only in your system. Nobody else can see it. Okay, then you send commit to GitHub. This is your push up command. Sometime back, somebody in the chat box asked me, ma'am, what is push? Uh, what is push up, push down, pull, all of these. So push is, you want to take a screenshot? Okay, hold on. I will be explaining, even if you haven't taken a screenshot, no problem. I will be explaining. Yes. Can I move on, guys? I will be explaining each of these. Don't worry. Okay. Coming to what are these, right? Your local repositories is where you are working on your personal computer or your personal system. Whatever changes you make over here will not reflect anywhere except your own computer, right? Next thing, push up. Push up is where you send a command to GitHub, right? Where you are going to send this particular command to GitHub. Let's say you have made few changes. Now these changes you want to upload it to GitHub. So that is your push up. Next thing is internet. Network connection between repos. Now I will tell you one more very common mistake people do with GitHub. So for GitHub, when you're uploading things or downloading things from GitHub, internet connection being very constant is very, very important, because I'll tell you why. Let's say you are installing something and in the middle there was 1 second of glitch or 1 second of low internet and you missed one particular file. Correct? That time it is going to mess up the entire repository for you. So your internet connection being proper, especially during your push and pull requests, you need to make sure it is proper, on point. There are no problems like that. Okay. Now, what is pull? Push, like we said, is sending something to Git. What is pull? Pull is where you fetch something from Git. Example, there is a person A who uploaded his project on GitHub. I am going to pull it. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to my local system, which is my own laptop. What is push? I have done something and pushed it to GitHub, which means I have uploaded it to GitHub. Pull is basically where I have downloaded something which is already present on GitHub. I hope push and pull is clear to you guys. A yes or a no would do. I will repeat myself. Push is something that you have done on your local system, on your laptop, on your PC. You have made a certain change. Okay. Once you have made this change, you have uploaded this to your GitHub. That is where your push comes into. What is pull? Pull is where you have taken somebody else's work. Somebody has done something, and maybe your teammate or anyone has done something and uploaded it on GitHub. You have tried to install it or you have tried to take it in your system. Explain with an example, ma'am. Okay, sure. I will give you an example like I think this is Gopi, right? Okay. Gopi, to make it better for you, you did a project on AI. So what your project is, a basic house price prediction project. What your project does is, uh, if I enter the locality, how many BHK house I want, what is the size of the house I want, it is going to predict and give me the price. This is the project you made. Okay. Once you have made the project, you will push this on GitHub. You have pushed it. Now, me and Gopi are working together. So now I want to make a few changes to this project. Example, I want to add the part where not just rent, you can also buy the property. So what I am going to do is I am going to pull this project, which Gopi has already pushed. I will pull this project in my system, make the changes. That is your pull. I hope you got it now. Gopi, did you get it? Yes, basically we can edit others' files. Yes, and you can push it again. But let's say I pull Gopi's file, edit it, and I push it. I will not be able to push it back to Gopi's repository. I can create my own repository and okay, explain once again, ma'am. Okay, fine. I will make it a little more simpler. Example, Gopi is somebody who has uh, created a project and uploaded it on GitHub. So basically, Gopi created the project and pushed it on GitHub. Okay. Now, I don't know Gopi. Gopi doesn't know me, right? But I can see his project on GitHub because it is a public profile. So I can see that project. Now, I want to make few changes and make that project better. What I am going to do is I am going to pull Gopi's project in my system. Once I have pulled that project in my system, I am going to edit, make the changes, and upload it to my repository. Correct? But Let's say me and Gopi have collaborated and created one repository. Then we both can make changes and upload it in one repository itself. Simple. When you want to take something to your local system, that is called pull. When you want to upload something from your local system to uh, to GitHub, that is called push. I hope pull and push is clear to you guys. Yes. Now, coming to remote repository, somebody also asked me what is local repository and what is remote repository. So, remote repository is where GitHub stores the central copy. The main copy is going to be stored in GitHub itself. This is your remote repository. Local repository is where your central copy or the main copy is stored in your local device. What is central copy? What is central copy? Central copy is very simple, the main part of your code, right? When this is going to be stored on GitHub's cloud, then it is going to be called as remote repository. When you are going to download it and save it on your system, it is going to be called as local repository. Josefa and Sadhana, you need to be a little patient, because I need to, like, when I'm speaking in the middle of it, if you just raise a question, let me get to the point. Of course, I'm explaining remote repository. Okay. Yes. So this is about your remote repository and your local repository. Local repository is when you have something on your local systems. Remote repository is when you have something on GitHub. Basically, the main cloud of GitHub. There you are saving uh, your main part of the code. Okay, like you can see over here, local repository lives on your computer machine. Remote repository lives on GitHub. Your team sees this. Push, upload your work to the cloud. Pull, download the latest from the cloud. Clone, make a fresh local copy of a project. This is the four things that I was just talking about. I hope that is clear now. Local repository, remote repository, push, pull, and clone. What is clone? I will tell you. Clone is simple. It's a basic English word. What does clone really mean? Clone is where, I am trying to clone something. I am trying to exactly copy something, right? We say this is a clone of that, right? Example, this watch is a clone of the original watch. It looks exactly like the original watch. Everything about this watch is exact, right? Clone is a master copy kind of concept, right? So in GitHub also, we can clone your projects. Example, you've created a project. I can clone that project and add it to my repository as well. Okay. About branches, as of now, we will be skipping this branches part. Yes. Now I will show you the installation part and how you need to go about it. Okay. Our first project we will be working on right now. Okay. I'll just stop sharing my screen for a minute. Yes. Difference between clone and pull. Okay. Pull and clone, basically, they do the same thing, but in clone, you will clone it on GitHub. When you're pulling it to your local system. And when you're cloning it on GitHub, right? So it is going to be on GitHub. That's the between your clone and pull. Any other doubts related to what I have explained so far? Any other doubts, anybody, about what I have explained so far? Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Good to know. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next part, which is setting up our system. Now I'll tell you the two things that you need to have. Okay. First one is you need to have VS Code in your system. So I will show you what it is and how you can go about it. I'll just share my entire screen to you so you can see what is happening. Okay. So you open Chrome, right? And you simply type download VS Code. Okay. Once you do that, here there is free AI code editor. Visual Studio Code is the name of this. You click on this. Guys, I hope my screen is visible. Tony, my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, guys, if you're not able to see the screen, maybe there's a problem with your internet. Just check once. Yeah. This is where you're going to reach. Okay. As soon as you type download VS Code, this is where you're going to reach. Visual Studio Code is what VS Code stands for. Now, what is VS Code? Okay. VS Code is basically a platform on which you can do your coding, which is Python coding, JavaScript, Java, whatever you want, you can go ahead and do it. How do you install this? Simple. If you have a Windows, download this. If you have Linux, download this. And if you have Mac, download this. All three options are available. Click on download and start downloading it to your system. This is step number one. Visual Studio Code is mandatory. Okay. So, everyone, for all those of you who have it, great. For all those of you who don't, please download it. Once it is downloaded, I will show you what it is going to look like. So on my entire screen, yeah, this is what your Visual Studio Code is going to look like. So over here, let's say I create a new file or new folder, right? This is the outline, how it is going to look. Okay, for all those of you who are asking me to repeat, very simple. Open Chrome. Okay, open Chrome. Type download visual or just type VS Code. Download VS Code. VS Code stands for Visual Studio Code. Okay. Once you have downloaded it, once you have downloaded it, here, there, once you click on that, here you have multiple options. One is Windows, one is for your Linux, and the other one is for Mac. If you are logged in from your system, which is Windows, click on Windows and download it. If it is Linux, download it from Linux. If you have logged in from Mac, then download it in this format. These are the three formats that are possible. For all those of you who already have it, please hold on till the rest of them download. For all those of you who do not have this, please go ahead and download it. All those of you who have not downloaded it, please go ahead and download it. For all those of you who already have it, please wait till the rest of them download. And this is not possible on your phones, guys. I repeat, this is not possible on your phone. You will require a laptop or a PC for this. You will require an entire laptop for this. This is not possible on your phones. Do not try to download this on your phones. It will not be possible. If you do not have a laptop, please make a note of everything that I am teaching you in maybe a piece of paper or in a notebook. Later, when you can try logging into all of this in your college labs or anywhere where you have your systems. Yes, so I think that is Mohammed Jafar. You can continue with your Gmail account. If it is asking you to log in, you can continue with your Gmail account. If you already have Visual Studio, you don't need to download it again. I am waiting for the students who do not have it. So you need to download. For all those of you who already have it, you do not have to download. I am not sharing my screen. That is why my screen is not visible. Yes, you can open your Visual Studio. Once you have downloaded, then you can just hold on for a minute or two till I will wait for a minute or two so everyone can download. If you do not have your laptop, please make a note of the steps and download it later. For all those of you who are done downloading, please wait. Screen is not visible because I am not sharing my screen. Link of what, Hasini? You are asking for a link of what? Great. If you have already installed it, please wait till the rest of them install. I mean, for the non-technical students, gaining knowledge is always going to be beneficial. Yes, Prajwal, you can try to uninstall and install again. Okay. Now, once that is done, I will tell you what we're going to do next. Okay. I'll just share my screen. Give me a moment. Or I'll take 1 more minute. You guys just finish your downloading part. Just download it and be ready. Just download it and be ready. You need to install Visual Studio Code in your systems. Once you have installed, just wait for a minute and then we will start off. You can sign it with Google as of now. Okay. Now, once that is done, I will move on to the next step. You can sign it with Google, guys. You can sign it with Google. If you already have Visual Studio, you can use that itself. Yes. Coming back. I hope everyone is done. Just a yes in the this thing would help. Just a yes for all those if you're ready. Okay. Thank you. Now we will leave that aside, right? Once you have downloaded, leave that aside. I will tell you what to do next. Okay. I hope my entire screen is visible to all of you. Yes, a yes would do, everyone. I hope the screen is visible. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now, what we're going to do next is basically here we will type github.com and enter. github.com and enter. Okay. Sorry. There is already a Git logged in. I'll just log in with another email ID. I'm sorry. github.com. Something like this will be visible to all of you. Yes, something like this will be visible for all those of you who already have an account. Go ahead with it. For all those of you who don't have an account, okay, type your email ID over here and click on sign up for GitHub. Sign up for GitHub. Once that is done, over here you can set a password, you can set your username, right? Okay, this is so I'll continue with Google instead of because it already has my account. You will get a page something similar to this. You will get a page something similar to this once you're done signing up. Okay, so you click on github.com. I'm repeating myself. You click on github.com. Once you have clicked on github.com, you will have to decide a username, a password, email ID. Decide all of that. Once you have decided all of that, come back. You will appear, a page like this will appear to you. You have to type github.com. Github.com. Once you are there, if you can see on top, I've just typed github.com. It will ask you to log in, then you'll have to log in. All the permissions it is asking, you can always go ahead and give it the permissions. You can go ahead and give it the permissions. Once you have logged in, what you can do is over here, you will click on your profile. You will click on profile. You will be able to see your profile. What is the example? I've already created something, so that's why that's coming here. The rest of it, you see the date of exactly when, 4 contributions on August 8th. This is my contribution that I did on August 8th. Your entire, what all you have done so far, everything is going to come. If you see this, this is my username, right? Here I can change my avatar. Basically, if I don't like the image, I want to add another image, I can go ahead and do that. So here it is showing I've made 2 commits in one repository, right? I will explain to you what are commits and what are repositories. If you can see, there is an entire out. So on 8th of August, I joined this GitHub account and I created my first repository also, and then I made 2 changes. So everything is going to be there. All my contributions is going to be there, right? These are your contribution settings. You can go ahead and see it. I want everyone to go ahead and log into this. Your username has to be unique. So that is why maybe add your name, full name, and then you can add a few numbers. Then it will be a unique username. Okay, I will repeat myself. What you're supposed to do is, just a second. Yeah, you will open a tab. Okay, on top you will type github.com. Okay, and once that is done, sorry, you will just type github.com and click on enter. As soon as you enter, it will ask you to sign in or sign up. Since I have already logged in, this is my page appearing. Okay. If not, you will have to sign in. Once you sign in, on the top right here, you can see something like this. Click on profile. Click on your profile. Over here, you will be able to see all the changes that you have made. So if you can see, this is exactly showing on 8th of August, I have made a particular change, which was a Saturday, right? This, no contributions on August 22nd, no contributions on 20th September. Everything is going to be visible here. When and what I have contributed. If I have made any change, right? These boxes that are white and gray in color will turn into green. If it is dark green, you've done a lot of changes. A little lighter, less changes. Here again, less changes, maybe one or two changes, and this is absolutely no changes. Okay, so right now, none of these days I've made any change, but here on 8th August, I had made 4 contributions that is visible. Okay, so I just, and over here, this is my username. If you can see, this is the username, and this is where I can change my avatar. So I can click on this. I will have options. I can change my avatar to whatever I want. Okay, I hope everyone is read so far. A yes in the chat box would do. After you are done creating your account, on the top right corner, click over here and click on profile. On the top right corner, click over there and click profile. Yes. All of you, what you need to do right now is stop, come back on the screen and see my screen. First, wait, see my screen what I am doing. After that, you can go ahead and make these changes. Okay. First, come and see what I am doing. After that, you can go ahead and make these changes. I am going to be teaching you how to make your first repository or basically your first commit. Now, what is a repository and what is a commit? Okay. If you can see over here, just a second, I'll move this. Also, guys, do not put anything in the chat box right now because I myself have turned off the chat box. Okay. So do not add anything in the chat box currently. Okay. Now, what you do is you click on repositories over here. So you went over here, you clicked on profile. Once you have clicked on profile, right next to your overview is repositories. Click on repository. Okay. Once you have clicked on repository, there is an option called new. So I have something here because I had created this before. For you, it will be empty. So what you do is click on new. You click on new repository. Okay. Once you click on new repository, let's name our repository. We will name our repository XCELR demo. Okay, let's see if this username is okay. This username is available, right? I do not have to. Now, let's say you are trying to type a username. That username may or may not be available. So right now, if once I make these changes, if you type XLR underscore demo, it may or may not be available for you. Okay. So here I type XLR demo. Now for description, I will type, this is my first repository. Okay. I will type, this is my first repository. Once that is done, I need to select, is it public or private? So I have kept it to public. Add README, I will turn that on. Okay. Do I have any license? This, that, no. So I will create repository. So here it is creating a repository. Creating a repository is basically creating a project. Now, if you can see, there is only one file called README. I open the README file. This is my first repository, is the only file that is present. Yes or no? Yeah. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and try this out. I want all of you to go ahead and try this out. Yes. Everyone, please go ahead and try it out. Sorry. Yes. For all those of you who did not understand how to do it, come back on the screen. I will tell you what to do. Before that, all those of you are asking, ma'am, how to delete it. When your repository is here, I please have a look at the screen. Example, this is an unnecessary repository. I will go to settings. Okay. I will scroll down. There is an option at the extreme bottom, which is delete this repository. I will click on delete this repository. Then I will click on I want to delete this repository. I have read and understood everything. Now here it is asking me to type the exact thing, which is Ankita Singh 1402235 slash XLR underscore demo. Okay. Delete this repository. Now, if you see that repositories got deleted. Now, everyone who did not understand how to do it, please come back on the screen. I will explain to you. Please come back on the screen. I will explain to you. So once you create your profile, on the top right, click on profile. Okay, on the top right, this symbol is there. Click on profile. Once you have clicked on profile, over here there is overview, repositories, projects, packages, stars. I will click on repositories. Okay. For me, there is something visible here. For you guys, there will be nothing visible. It will be empty. Now I will click on new on the top right corner, and then I will name this repository XLR underscore demo. Okay. It is saying this is available. So this is going to be the name of my repository. Description, I will write, this is my first repository. Now, choose visibility, keep it to public. Add readme if it is off, turn it on. For this and this, basically for your Git nor and for your license, leave it as it is. Click on create repository. That is all you have to do as of now. Once you have created the repository, you will be able to see that your repository has only one file, which is called readme. And this is my first repository, is a text in that file. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. README is basically like a text file. So here I add a lot of projects, right? README is one file, which is a text file on how, anything you want to write about the project, add about the project, you can add that over here. Okay, README is that particular text file to your repository. Now you all have created one repository. Each, you have all created one repository each. Okay. Now we are coming to the part where what is a commit? Okay. Here you can see there's something written as initial commit, right? Now, inside a repository is where you commit. Initial commit, updated commit, right? What happens is first thing that you have done inside your repository is created, this is my first repository. This is a text you have added, and that is why it is coming as initial commit. Okay. Now, what are we going to do next? If you can see in your README file and the name of your repository. Now I'll tell you. The name, your account name is, my account name is Ankita Singh 1402235. My repository name is XLR demo. Okay. And my file inside that, my commit inside that is my readme MB. What is my commit? This is my first repository, is my commit. I hope repository, commit, and username is clear to you guys. Quickly, a yes and a no in the chat box would do. Every change you make is a new commit. Every change that you make is a new commit. Okay, example, I will show you how. Okay, in the chat box. Okay, I will move on now. Just look up on everyone. Please come back to the screen. I will give you time again to go and do this. Come back on the screen, everyone, so you can see what I'm doing, and then later you can go ahead and do it in your systems. Okay, yes. Now, once that is done, Okay. Now, example, I have done this. So over here, this is on initial commit. All your eyes over here, the initial commit. Now I want to edit this. I will edit my file. Okay. There's a pen mark. I will click on that and I will edit. If you can see, the first line is the name of your uh, repository. The second line is the first commit you have made. The third line, I want to add it as author. Okay. Ankita Singh. Clear? Now, this is the third thing that I have added over here. This is a new thing that I have added, right? Once I have added this, what am I going to do? Very simple. I will click on commit changes, which is on the right top corner. Now, if you can see, before the name of the file was initial readme. Now it is going to be update readme. Okay. And I will leave this as it is. This is the default option. I will leave it as it is and I will click on commit changes. Now, if you can see, have I made those changes? Yes or no? I have made those changes in my particular file, right? Now, when I will go back again to my profile, if you can see in my code part, there is a change which is available. Okay. Now I will go back to my XLR demo. Here, if you can see, that change is made. And what was this initially? Initial commit. Now it has come to update readme. Basically, whatever change I have made is visible. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and try this. Then I will tell you the next step. This is how you commit to changes. Go ahead and make this commit. Then I will tell you what to do. Go ahead and make this change. Then I will tell you what to do. Okay. All those of you who are asking me to repeat, I will do it again. I will do it again. No problem at all. Just eyes up on the screen, everyone. Please come back on the screen. Eyes up on the screen. Yes. What you are supposed to do is, for you, to me here, author Ankita Singh is coming. For you, it will only be coming as this is my first repository. There is a pen mark, edit file option over here. Click on the edit file option. Once you click on the edit file option, make that changes here and click on commit changes. That is all you have to do. Tony, I hope my voice is fine. Is it echoing by any chance?
No, ma'am. It's audible and clear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. I hope you've reached so far, guys. Everyone, just a Y or yes would be more than sufficient. Okay. Now, if you can see, I mean, I am not sure about how many of you know uh, HTML, but I'll tell you. Example, this is my first repository, author Ankita Singh. Don't you think author Ankita Singh should come in the next line, right? So if you know HTML, you will get this. Otherwise, also, it is just a very small HTML command that I'm going to be giving. A very small HTML command. Enter. I will type this BR and this. This is an HTML command to put things in the next line. Okay. So just do that and click on commit changes. Here it is going to again say update readme, right? So that you can leave it as it is and you can leave it to, or just, let's just try to edit this. We will try and name this add next line. I have just renamed it, okay, just to show you. Now I'll click on commit changes, done. Once it is saved, done. If you come back over here, click on XLR demo. Here, this is my first repository, author Ankita Singh. Got it? It is moved to the next line. Now I want you guys to go ahead and do that. You do not need to make any changes. I will tell you what you need to do. Just type this one command. This one command, the BR part, just type this and click on commit changes. That is all. Nothing else. So now, are you guys done? Just a yes or no in the chat box would do. Okay, wonderful. So guys, I will just run you through this again. Uh, okay, 1 second. Just a second, guys. Yes, Ruchita, I see you have a lot of concerns with the attendance. Can you please tell me what it is? You can unmute yourself. I've given you the access to unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, how to consider the attendance percentage, ma'am?
In the middle of the class, you want to know this? Are you here to learn or just for the attendance?
No, ma'am, higher to learn.
Yes. So the attendance rules were already cleared on the first day, and you are asking for the attendance link again and again and again. You will get it.
Ma'am, first day,
Once you
ma'am, today only my first class, ma'am. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, so asking the same question again and again in the middle of taking class. Yes. Coming back to it, guys. So, about your attendance and everything, I'm sure you're already aware that you will get this only at 8:30. You will get a link, and then I will give you maybe 2 minutes to go ahead and fill that link, and then your attendance will be marked. Okay? Yes. Now, I hope you guys are clear with the part where you have made the first change. Or if you're not clear, please come back, ask me the doubt. I will show it to you again. Okay, you want me to explain it again? Fine, no problem at all. Everyone, please come back on the screen. Please come back on the screen. I will just demonstrate it again to you guys. Please come back on the screen. Yes, I will run you through this entire thing once again. Okay. What you're supposed to do is you will click on profile. Okay. Once you click on profile, you will have your option to go ahead and customize or, basically click on repositories here. I will click on repositories. Here on the right side, I have a new option. I will click on new. Once I have clicked on new, I will name this as XLR test. Okay. For the description, I will name this as this is my second repository. This will be on public, add readme will be turned on, and then I will create my repository. So right now, if you can see the name of my profile, right? The name of this particular profile is my username, which is Ankita Singh, and you can see on top, this is my username. Name of this repository is XLR underscore test. Okay. One file present inside that is your README file. Now, this is my second repository is what I've added. I will edit this file and I will change it to, I will also add my author name, Ankita Singh. Okay. And I will click on commit changes. Leave the default options as it is. Click on commit changes. Right now, after I have committed these changes, commit changes, I'll tell you what is committing. Committing is basically where, simple, it's a simple English term. What does commit mean? You have made a change. Now you are finalizing it. You're like, I'm committing that. Yes, I am 100% sure that I want this change. So where you can see as soon as I commit, here this change is done. Now, if you can see, there are two commits. I will just click on these two commits. You will be able to see what are the changes I have made. Can you see this? This is the changes I have made. There are two commits I have made. First is initiated my README file. Then I've updated my README file. Now, if I click on my initial commit, see, it is showing me what my initial commit was. This is exactly what I was talking about. Now, here I have shown you in terms of text file, okay? But this is also possible in terms of your codes. This is exactly what I was talking about when I say it keeps a track of your changes. If you can see, my initial commit was what? XLR test. This is my second repository. Now, let me go back. Okay, I will click on my update readme. Okay, let's see what was the updated part. The updated part is here you can see there's a plus sign also coming. I added this line that author name Ankita Singh. This is what I have added, right? That is also coming. Now, let's say I do not, I have added this. Now, I don't know how to delete it. I don't want it. Simple, I can always go back and undo and come back to my initial commit. You got it? Now I'll tell you. I'll make one more change in this. Okay. I will make one more change in this. What change am I going to make is I want author name to come in the next line. So this is a basic HTML thing. Okay. Just type this, commit changes, and I will commit change. Okay. Now, totally how many changes I have made? 3 changes, right? First one was this is my second repository. Second one was author name Ankita. Third one was where I wanted in the next line. Now, I will go and see the history. On the right side, there is history. Yes. Now, if you can see, there are 3 changes made, right? The first change was the initial commit where it was just this is my second repository. This was the update readme was just your part where you created your uh, added your name. This is where you have added it to the next line also. Now, if I click on this, you will be able to see what I have added. Here, can you see? The line that I have added is visible in green. Whatever changes I have made is visible in green color. If I add more changes, it is going to be visible like that. Okay. So these are all the changes I have made. Not just for this one. Okay. Example, I will go back to my profile. Okay. I will go back to my profile. I have two repositories. One is XLR demo, XLR test. I will click on XLR demo. Okay. Let me open XLR demo. Once I open XLR demo, also it is showing 3 commits. Now I want to see what 3 changes I have made. Here, if you can see, the first change was your initial commit. Second change was you updated the README file. Third one was I added a part in the code to make it to the next line. This is your commit. Okay, I will repeat. This is your username. The name of this particular repository is Ankita test or Ankita, sorry, XLR demo. XLR demo is the name of the repository, and there is one file in it called your README file. So every time you are making changes, you are committing changes. So these are what your commits are. Okay. I hope this is clear to all of you. I hope everyone has got it. If there are any doubts related to this, please come here and you can ask me the doubt. Please come back to the. Okay. I see one question. Ma'am, how does HTML is working in this, ma'am? Should we use any other language? No. HTML is usually for your text file, right? So that way it is going to help you out. Okay. I hope so far it is clear to you. Okay. Guys, if you have had any issues with, logging in or anything of that sort, do one thing. Just write it down. Okay. Just write it down in a paper and then you can go ahead and clear it later. Yes, Abhi, you have a doubt. Please tell me. You can write it down in a paper, all the steps that I'm telling you, and then later you can go and make the changes. Why do we need to create second repository? You don't need to create second repository. Yes, I will tell you how to delete the repository. Just give me a second. You do not need to create a second repository. The reason I created it is to show the students who couldn't understand it the first time. Now, for all those of you are asking how to delete your repository, I will tell you. Simple. Same thing. Come back on the screen, everyone. See what I'm doing, and then you can do it. Come back on the screen, everyone. I will show you how to delete it, and then you can go ahead and delete it. Simple. Click on profile. Click on your profile. As soon as you click on your profile, on the right side, you have repositories, right? All 3 repositories are going to be present here, or all 2 or all 1, whatever you have done so far, everything. Example, XLR test is one of the repositories I don't want. So I will open this repository. On the right side, there is an option called settings. You have code, issue, pull requests, actions, projects, wiki, security, insights, and then you have settings. Okay. Click on this settings. Click on the settings and scroll down completely. Here you have an option called delete this repository. Click on delete this repository and then click on I want to delete this repository. Okay. Then I have read and understood these effects. Now you need to type over here what it is asking you to type. On the top, it is visible what you need to type. Just type that. I've typed that. Now I will click on delete this repository. Yes, so hopefully the repository is deleted. Let me just check. Okay. Yeah. So if you can see, now I have only 2 repositories. I hope You have understood deleting the repository part? Yes, you can delete the repository also. I hope you have understood how to delete it. Can multiple people work? Yes, of course. That is the reason GitHub is there, so multiple people can work. Ma'am, history is also visible to everyone? Yes, absolutely. Everyone that you have given access to this will be able to see your history. Okay. I hope so far it is clear. If you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out in the chat box and I will help you out. In terms of what I have taught you so far, if you are clear, then I will move on. Okay, wonderful. Fine. Then we will move on to the next part, okay, which is your Git, basically your Git part, okay? GitHub, how to create your account and what to do, you have understood now, okay? And I will repeat myself about one thing. Okay, you can stop with the chat box, everyone. You can stop. Stop, everyone. And guys, do not send me questions in the private chat. I will not be answering. Please come back to the main part, the main public chat. You can ask your questions. I will answer. Okay. Now, coming back to why Git and what is this GitHub going to do for you? Now, you can understand that if you view simple, you can go ahead. My username is on the screen, visible to all of you. You can go ahead and see my GitHub profile. You will be able to see what changes I have made, what projects I have done. Example, right now you see two projects, right? Both the projects are visible to everyone because both the projects are on public, right? So when you go ahead and create your GitHub profile, right? Over here, you can fill this up with multiple projects that you will be working on throughout your career, right? Of course, when you're working in corporates, you are not allowed to pick a project up and put it on your GitHub. That is not allowed. But when you are especially in college, which maximum, I think maximum crowd in this meeting is in degree college. Yes. Just a yes would do or a raise hands would do. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Got it. Yeah. So majority of you are in colleges, and I'm sure in your colleges, like every semester or every year, there is some certification course, or maybe there is some technical things that you are learning, or there is something or the other that you keep working on. Basically, your projects that you keep working on. Now, example, I have worked on a project and later my laptop is stopped working. Okay. And I went and got myself a new laptop. What about all the projects I have created? What about all the projects I have done? Example, I will tell you, me as a trainer, what happens is to teach students, no, we already have projects with us, which we demonstrate to the students and then, we make them understand how to do it. Right. So sometimes what happens is we switch between laptops. So sometimes we use our personal laptops, sometimes we use company laptops, sometimes we use the college systems. In such cases, how can one project be in three systems? It is not possible. Let's say I develop it on my laptop, company laptop will not have it, college laptop will not have it. Then it becomes a major problem for us, right? Redoing one project again and again takes hours of time. So what we do is every time we create a project, we upload it on GitHub. Once we have uploaded our project on GitHub, we can of course make changes. If I want to make advancements, of course I can make advancements, and whichever system I want to work on, I can just simply pull the request and pull that project into that system and work on it. Or let's say you have sent me your GitHub example with trainers. I'll tell you. Let's say there is another, trainer who's a colleague of mine. He has done a wonderful project and demonstrated it to one batch of the students. Right? I want to see what his project is so I can demonstrate the same to the other batch that I am training on. What am I going to do? I am going to pull his project, explore his project completely, either make changes on it or use the same project for the next batch as well. right? So as trainers, GitHub is also very important to us, not just as trainers, for recruitment process also, right? For recruitment process also, it is very, very important that you go ahead with building your profile. How important LinkedIn is to build about your entire career, education, job switch, everything. Initial stages, you need to go ahead and build your GitHub profile. Let's say you've learned front end development, make sure you have something related to that on your GitHub profile. Let's say you have learned something related to back end development, make sure you are uploading this for your GitHub to your GitHub profile. Basically, it is like building your technical portfolio. And building a portfolio obviously is going to benefit you, right? So it is very important that you maintain this particular profile of yours. Got it? I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes. Now I will show you the pull request part. Okay. If you can, I will simply type over here. Example, I want a project. One second. I'll just go on home. I'll just go on home and I want a project on let's say I want a project on Gen AI. Okay, enter. I want to explore projects on Gen AI. So if you can see, there are many projects here on Gen AI, right? You can see all of these projects are there. So let's say we go for the first one. Okay. Once I go for the first one, all the files present in that project is present over here. Now I will click on pull requests. Okay. Now I will click on new pull request, right? Okay. So this I will not be able to pull because it is spread across branches. You will not be able to pull. But see, you can see about these comparisons and all of that. This particular project I will not be able to pull. Let's try the other one. For, of course, for, various reasons, they do not allow pull requests at times. Okay. So if you can see in this project, okay, this is somebody else's project. I'm not sure whose, right? If you can see the number of changes they have made, and you can also view all their changes, changes they have made, where they have everything you can see. Yes or no? All these changes will be visible to you. Yes, all the changes that you want visible, everything that they have made. They have pulled a request from somewhere, then they've pulled a request from somewhere else. So this also, when you click on, you will be able to see from where they have pulled a request and made changes on what, right? See here, all these changes will be visible to everyone, and they are working as a team. So the code owner, there is a code owner, then there are other people as well. So this is how your entire, this is a merged repository. So it is merged between 6 people, I think. Yeah, it is merged. And that is how everyone is working together on it. So this is about your pull requests, and this is about how multiple people work on it. I hope this is clear to you guys. Yes. Okay. Good to know. You want me to explain it again? Okay. I will explain it again. No problem. Just a second. Yes. So example, I am on my home. Okay. Now I will click on my own repository. Okay. There is something called as pull requests. Okay. Welcome to pull requests. Pull requests help you to collaborate on code with other people. As pull requests are created, they'll appear here in a searchable and filterable list. To get started, you should create a new pull request. So I create a pull request. Okay. Now, what I want to do is this particular profile. Okay. All these changes you can see here, right? You are comparing all the changes, correct? Now this is your what are your commit details, all of this you have entered over here. Pull request is usually used between two people when they are trying to collaborate. Okay, two people are trying to collaborate, that time they are going to pull these requests and collaborate together. Got it? Example I will show you. Let's say from my home, I find let's say I have your username. I'm going to type your username here. So example, your username is Ankita something. Okay. I will just type that here. Over here, you see everybody related to that is going to be visible, right? So when I click on example, this one, okay, I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to click on pull requests. Okay, so I will create a pull request, a new pull request I will create. And once that is done, I will first see what all are done. There isn't anything to compare. Okay, these are all the people that have worked together on this particular project. There are 5 contributors, right? So I can get access from one of them, pull the request, and start working on the same project. Basically, collaborate and working on the same project is what you can do. Got it? Pull request part, I will explain to you once again. Pull request, if you have not got it, I will explain to you once again. I will add. Okay, guys, maintain the chat box only for questions related to the class. If you are having any kind of conversation that you're not supposed to, you will be removed from this meeting. So be very careful about that. Yes. About pull requests, I will help you with it. Ma'am can merge with 6 people. You can merge with as many number of contributors as you want. There is no limit as such. So let's working on one thing. All of us can do it together. It is not going to be a problem. Yes. So about pull request part, I will explain to you tomorrow because I will need an example. As of now, I do not have an example ready for it. So I will explain that to you tomorrow. Will that be fine? Okay. How the code, now I'll tell you. I also made you install VS Code. One more installation is left, which is your Git installation, right? Git installation is also pending. Once that is done, okay, you will be able to see how all three of this is going to be working together, right? All of it will be working together. All those, if you're asking for attendance, please wait. It is not 8:30 yet. Yes, Aditya, you are absolutely right. Okay. Now, what happens is VS Code, Git, and GitHub is okay. Guys, you can take a minute and fill the attendance, everyone. You can take a minute and fill the attendance, everyone. Take a minute and fill the attendance, everyone. Please go ahead and fill the attendance, everyone. Once you are done, come back to the class and I will move ahead. Come back to the class and I will tell you what we will be doing. So basically your GitHub, your Visual Studio and your Git, we will be working on all three of it together. Okay, we will be working on all of this together. There is one more installation that we need to do that we will do. Just, I will give you a minute, finish your attendance and come back. You can work on terminal, but I wouldn't suggest. Of course, you can, but that's not something I would suggest. Okay. Now, coming back, everyone, please come back on the screen and please see what I am doing. Later, you can do this as well. Come back on the screen and I will tell you what to do. Then you can go ahead and do it. Okay. Now, I'll just share my screen. Give me a minute. Okay. So I will close this. I'll close this. I'll open a new tab again. Okay. Here, what I am trying to download is my Git. Okay. So what I will type is Git hyphen scm dot com. You can make a note of this somewhere. It is git hyphen scm dot com and enter. You will reach to a page like this. Okay. Now, what you are going to do is install for Windows. There will be an option to install for Windows. Just click on that. Okay. Now, whichever version you want to install it for. So I am installing it for, or just click here to download. Just click on download. If you have a Mac, click on Mac. If you have Linux, click on Linux. I have Windows, so I'm going to click on Windows and then click here to download is what I have clicked on. So now if you can see that is downloading over here, right? So you can just wait, view the entire process, make a note of anything that I am doing, and then you can do it too. Okay, I'll just wait for it to download completely. Yeah, I think it is done. So now I will just click on this. It is going to ask for a couple of permissions. So I will just click on yes. It will ask you for a couple of permissions. So you need to give. So here I will click on next. Okay. After that, it is asking if it wants to, if I have to get it installed in my this thing. So yes, in the main directory. Over here, there is one change you'll have to do, which is everything remains the same. On the desktop, you'll do a tick mark. Just do a tick mark there, then click. You can make a note of this, guys. Everything next, next, and then on the desktop, you'll do a tick mark. The rest of it, you will leave it as it is. Then you will click on next. Over here, there is Git. You will click on next. Over here also, you will click on next. Now, let Git decide or override. You will click on override. Okay. Once you have clicked on override, you will click on next. Okay. So once that override part is done over here, next you will select the option of use Git and optional Unix tools from the command prompt. Next. Okay. Once this is done, you can restrict it to the same options that is given to you. Here you will click it on use open SSL library. Next. After that, you will leave it on checked out Windows itself. Next. Everything just keep going next, next, next. Now it is going to do the entire installation part. There are only few changes you have to make, so be a little cautious about those changes. If you've made a note of it, good. If you've not made a note, I will tell you again. Okay, so we'll wait for the installation, then I will show you what happens. Let this install completely. This is going to be the symbol. Okay, let this install completely, then I will tell you what to do. Just have a look at it, and I will explain all the steps to you one by one if you want again. Just have a look at what is happening. Once this is installed, what you're supposed to do also. Okay, so once that is done, entire installation part is done, you have an option of launch git bash or view release notes. So just leave it on that and click on finish. Okay, so I will choose Microsoft Edge only just once. Yeah, so this is open. Now close this. I will close this. If you see, I have a new thing over here on my desktop, right? Now, this is my terminal. Got it? This is the terminal that I am going to be using here on. So let's say the first command that I would be giving. Okay. What is the first command that I'm going to be giving? Whatever command I want. So I will check the version. Git hyphen hyphen version. Okay. Once that is done, click on enter. It has given me the version. So the first part checking is done. Now, next thing I will just type ls, enter. It is giving me all the things. Wonderful. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and install Git. To explain the steps for you again, open Chrome. Okay. Open your profile. I mean anything. Type Git hyphen SCM. Enter. Sorry. My bad. Just yeah. Git hyphen SCM.com. Once you are here, install for Windows and install, click here to download. It will start downloading. I would request all of you to go ahead and install Git to your systems. Please go ahead and install Git to your systems. Please go ahead and install this, everyone. Okay, for all those of you who have not understood, I will share my screen again and show it to you. Okay, I will share my screen again. So just type gitscm.com. Okay, and over here, click here to download. You will be able to download it. This is the steps for you to download Git to your system. How to delete a repository. Okay, just a second. One more time, I will tell you how to delete a repository. Simple, come here. Uh, I'll open a new tab where I'll open my github.com. Okay, once we have to, once we are here, it will, I don't know why it is asking me to log in. I'll just sign in. Okay, just a second. Yeah. So over here, what you do is I have my repositories, right? I will simply go on this option. I will click on repositories. All my available repositories are going to be visible to me. So these are the two repositories that I have. Example, I want to delete XLR dev. What am I going to do? I will open this repository first. As soon as I open this repository, the last option present here is settings. I will click on settings. Once I have clicked on settings, I will scroll down completely. There is something called as delete this repository. Then I will click on I want to delete this repository. I have read and understood these effects. Now it is asking me to type the entire thing. So I will type that. Delete this repository. Now, if you can see that repository is not there anymore. So if I go on home or if I go on my repositories, you can see there is no demo repository there. Why? Because it got deleted. That is how you delete a repository. Good. If you've installed Git Bash, good. Yes, Hemant, the screenshot you've uploaded on the top thing below Windows, you have to click here to download. Just click on that. After installing, please wait. I will tell you what to do. I'm waiting for everyone. Okay, I will tell you the changes that you need to make while installing. Okay, so I will explain to you one by one again. See, as soon as you click on install, right, the first option is you will have a pop-up on your screen where you'll have to click a yes or a no. So make sure that is to make permanent changes, you have to click yes. Okay, first thing is you will click yes. After that, oh sorry, my bad. First you will click yes, then the next thing you will click is a next. Okay, once your yes and next is done, the next thing you will be clicking is again next. Okay, once that next is done, it will ask you what select components. In select components, whatever tick mark is there, let that be there. I am not sharing my screen, my dear. I have already installed. Okay, how about do one thing? Those of you have installed, good. All those of you have not installed, I will uninstall this and install it again and show it to you in tomorrow's class before I start the class. Will that do? Try to install it by yourself. Tomorrow's class, before I start, just remind me to teach you Git installation. If you have not installed it yet, I will teach you how to install it again. And side by side with me, you can do the installation process. Clear? Those of you who have installed it, good. Those of you who have not installed it, in tomorrow's class, we will start off with the installation part. Okay. So for today's class, what all we have done, just a summary of everything we have done. Initially, we started the class with how to go ahead. What is the difference between Git and GitHub, which was one of the most asked questions yesterday, right? So we understood what is Git, what is GitHub, what is the difference, right? Then we moved on to creating our GitHub profile. So we created a profile, we created our first repository, we committed our first change. Yeah, Sheikh Farzan. Once this is there, just close this. Close this on your Windows, on your desktop. There will be an option of Git Bash. Open that. Yes, you can rewatch the entire session on your LMS platform as well. So for your installation part, you can go ahead and rewatch it and you can install it. So after this class, you can try to install it. If you are not able to install, then we will look into it tomorrow. You can remind me and I will show you the installation process again. Okay. Now, after that was done, after how to create your GitHub profile, we looked into how to create our first repository, how to create first change, right? So once that was done, we also learned how important your GitHub is for you. What are the projects you can add? What are the projects you need to add? Correct? Once that was done, we moved on to installing Git Bash. Basically, the terminal that you will need, basically installing Git to your laptop. This is what we have done so far. Okay. Now, I have a very simple question. Any doubts you have related to this? Now, I understand a lot of you have not understood request pull and also the part where you have not understood the part where you have not understood how to download Git. So both of this, you can try this. There are recorded sessions. You can try to do it. If you are not able to do it, tomorrow's class, I will start from there. Okay. And any doubts other than this that you guys have? Thank you so much, Aboli. I'm glad you understood. About pull request, I will teach you this tomorrow again. I will teach you that part tomorrow again. Okay, somebody is asking, should we download Git as we do for C or Python? Should we download Git as we do for C or Python? How you download C or Python is what you're asking. I did not really understand your question, Spurti. Yes, on my terminal, what I ran, I will show you tomorrow. I will just type it over here. Type git space hyphen hyphen version. Okay, this is the first command. It is on your chat box. I would request everyone to stop using the chat box. I would request everyone to stop using the chat box. First command is this. I would request everyone to stop using the chat box. First command is this, and the second command is this. You can try stop using the chat box, guys. Do not type anything. The first command is your git version. Okay, you can just copy paste this. And your second command is ls. Guys, can you please stop using the chat box? I am typing this in the chat box. Students who are trying to see the command will not be able to see. Stop using the chat box, please. First one is git hyphen hyphen version. Second one is ls. You can run these both commands. With git version, you will get to know the version that you have downloaded. With ls, I will tell you what all you will get to know. I need to demonstrate that again for you guys, else it will be a confusion. Okay. I hope I have cleared all your doubts. If you have any doubts, please feel free to come and ask me right now. Ma'am, can we use GitHub for data analytics and how do we do dashboards there? Of course, you can use it for data analytics. You can do your dashboards on any other tool and you can push or upload it to your Git. Now, Git version, it is Git space hyphen version. That is the command. Ma'am, what red filled background color indicates for? Where is the red background, my dear? Can I get certificate on watching on YouTube? No, you cannot. Ma'am, why ls is used? I will tell you that. I will demonstrate that entire part and show it to you again tomorrow. Ma'am, is it okay if we install it from terminal? I would preferably say no, but if you want to, you can. Ma'am, when the participant reach housing, we can't able to join the session. Okay, so join the session a little earlier. The recorded sessions are present on your LMS platform. You can go and view it there. What dotted red filled background color indicates for during commit changes check? I did not see any red dotted part during commit changes. You can see it on the LMS platform. Ma'am, can you please share the steps after adding Gmail to GitHub? Go on create repository, go on repositories, click on new. Once you click on new, you can go ahead and create your repository. Okay, if it is not working, no problem. No problem at all. Can we restore the repo? Not really. Once it is deleted completely, it is deleted. Yes, you can watch it on your LMS platform again. No, you cannot restore the deleted repository. Yes, all the recorded classes and the PPTs will be available on your uh, LMS platform. You can go ahead and see it there. Yes, I am hoping I have cleared all your doubts. So from tomorrow, we will start with entering these commands. Okay, so for that, I will tell you the instructions tomorrow. But one thing that I would request all of you is when I am entering commands, I will be entering it in the chat box. Okay, so I would request all of you to not use the chat box at that time because these are commands when you type it wrong. Now you are not going to get the output. When I'm going to type it in the chat box, I'm going to type it in a perfect sequence. So there are very less chances that it will go wrong. Okay, so that is why make sure that you are actually, looking into, do not use the chat box when I am actually using it. Okay. Okay. So if there are any other doubts that you have related to the topics that I have covered so far, please let me know in the chat box. If there are any doubts that you have related to the class today. Super excited for tomorrow's class. I'm glad you are excited. I am glad tomorrow's class again we will be covering few more topics. Ma'am, can we delete commit permanently? You cannot delete a commit permanently. Very good question though. You cannot delete a commit. So once you make a commit, it is going to be there. So obviously when there are people who have made 8,000 times, they've changed their code, they would want to delete it, but it is not allowed. You cannot delete a commit. It is going to be there. All you can do is delete the entire repository. Okay, you cannot delete one particular commit. You can delete the entire repository, you cannot delete the commit. Okay, any other doubts, anyone? Any other doubts you guys have? No doubts? Okay. And if we submit our attendance, On live YouTube, will our attendance be recorded? No, it will not be recorded. You will have to come here and do it after clicking the browser and seeing the release notes for Git. What part is this? Where are you stuck, Kaushik? I cannot understand. Where are you stuck? Yes, whatever comments you make will be visible to everyone. Anybody has any doubt and you would like for me to unmute and ask you for the answer, please let me know. Anybody has any doubts? If you have any doubts, just raise your hand. If you have any doubts, just raise your hand. Okay, Gopi has a doubt. Yes, Gopi, I've given you the access to unmute yourself. Are you able to unmute yourself? No. Okay. We have Raghav Reddy.
Yeah, ma'am. My doubt
Yes,
is while doing the pull, I didn't understand how we merged it with our project.
while the pull request part, right?
Yeah,
So
ma'am.
the pull request part, I will be explaining to you again tomorrow. So there was one problem where, I did not have a proper project to explain you with an example project. So I will keep something like that ready and then I will teach you this. Will that be fine?
Yeah, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You can mute yourself. Yes, we have Raghav as well. Raghav, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah,
And
ma'am, I have
once
a
you have
doubt.
asked, one second. Once you've asked your question, just put your hand down. Yes, Raghav,
Okay,
please
ma'am.
tell me.
I have a doubt, ma'am. My doubt is git underscore underscore version ls. What it? How
It
can
is not
we?
underscore, my dear. It is not underscore, it is hyphen, dash.
Fun.
Basically
Okay.
dash, not underscore.
Where we can search that, ma'am?
Where you can search that, I will share my screen and show you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Mm,
On your desktop, this git bash is there over here, right? Open that. As soon as you open that, a terminal like this will open. Over here,
okay,
you will
ma'am.
type git space hyphen hyphen version version and click on enter. Then you will be able to see the version. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Got it, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yes, if you have saved your name, only then I will be unmuting you. We have Professor Anand Kumar. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Hello, ma'am. I have doubt, ma'am. Why we will use
Yes.
git ls command, ma'am, in git bash, ma'am? Why we will
Okay, so
use
in
that?
Git
I
Bash,
don't
I
know.
gave you the ls command. I will tell you about it. There is a little, I just moved
Ah,
ahead. I
ma'am.
haven't taught you the commands yet.
Ah,
So
ma'am.
in the flow, I put ls. You don't have to put ls, just put the version and check the version. That is more
Ah,
than
ma'am.
enough.
And I have another doubt.
Okay, about the
While
ls part,
doing the pull
tomorrow I will be
request,
teaching you all
I
the
have sent the
commands. So
script.
when I teach you the commands, you will understand what is ls used for.
Ah, ma'am. In the pull request, it was not working, ma'am. I have sent the screenshot in the group in the chat box itself, ma'am. That was
Okay,
pull
pull
request
request. Tomorrow I will
not working.
Don't worry, pull request all over again will be covered. Don't worry.
Ah, ma'am, can you please teach me that again, ma'am? Pull request one.
Yes, definitely. I will teach you that again. You are from
Okay, ma'am.
which college?
SVIT college, ma'am. Bharat.
A
Bharat.
student?
Student, ma'am. Bharat.
Okay,
Bharat,
why
ma'am.
you logged in with the name Professor Anand Kumar?
Yes, ma'am. I have logged in that, ma'am.
Why? I
I
thought you
got
are a professor.
I got confused in that name. What should I put? I got confused, ma'am. That's
Okay,
why I.
no problem at all.
Ah, ma'am. The pull.
Yes, yes, Ibrahim, would you like to unmute yourself and ask the doubt? Yes, please go ahead, Ibrahim.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, please. Yes, my dear, you
Ma'am,
are. Please tell me.
ma'am, my doubt is as a beginner, which git command should I actually memorize and which one can I look up when needed?
So I will tell you, as a beginner, to be very
Yeah,
honest, these Git are very small. Okay, very small. It will not
okay.
take you a lot, and I will teach you in a way where you will memorize it during the class itself. It will not be very complicated, so don't worry about that. I'll help you with that. Don't
Okay,
worry.
okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes, Pranav, you have a
ma'am, I'm
doubt,
Pranav, ma'am.
my dear?
Yes, ma'am. I kept my repository private, ma'am. How to make it public?
Okay, so what you can do is on the settings, right? From where you can delete the repository, there you can go ahead and make changes also. In the settings, you will find the option. Okay. Yes. Anybody else? Anybody else? You can raise your hand. Anybody else? Please raise your hand. I will let you unmute. Nobody? Okay, fine. Thank you so much, guys. It was a wonderful class. We will get, we will start off again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you so much. Have a good day tomorrow and good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
So, all right, everyone, that's a wrap for today. A big thank you to Ankita ma'am for today's session. So, before you leave, yeah, the feedback form has been shared. Please take a minute to fill it out. And if you haven't registered yet, the registration link is working now. So, you can complete your registration. And that's all for today, guys. We will see you in the next session. Have a great evening and take care. Bye. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.